dare you?
What's the craziest spot that you've kind of tagged that you can
Craziest spot.
or that you can allude to, maybe?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Don't want to put you on the hot seat.
No. There's so many cool places. I want to say that there's probably more cool. I painted more cool places than crazy, because crazy would be like an abandoned building. You don't really know what's going on, especially when you first go in, and it's like you have to kind of like watch your back a little bit, because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, you don't know what's around the corner. You have to take lights with you.
There could be homeless people already there.
Yeah. There was a spot a long time ago, and this I've never been there, but they told me that there was, people would go in there and do graph like all the time, and it's Pearl Stone. It's actually it's actually right next to the Trigger Fingers wall, and there was, I guess, one of the homeless guys or whatever, like, was climbing up on a roof, fell down, and died, and he was just there. And obviously everyone else, all the other homeless guys were just, who wants to, maybe they had past criminal lives or whatever, like these, who knows what's going on, but who wants to be the one that's like reporting that, you know?
Right.
So I think there was a lot of fear in that, and they just let the body there, and it got to the point where it was just like, I guess the smell was so bad, and then they just closed the place down. So that, I've never encountered anything like that, nor do I ever want to.
No.
But you have that in the back of your mind when you go in through these buildings, and it's like what's around the corner.
Hey.
And then also, like, these buildings are like, they're dilapidated, and it's like at any moment something could come crashing down.
Oh yeah.
If it's raining and you're painting, like I've come across somewhere, I'm painting, but it's raining outside, and it's just the weight of the water. It's just like, it just brings stuff down,
That's amazing. You're right. I didn't even think about that. And also maybe just mold and, like,
asbestos and
asbestos.
all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think the coolest spot I've ever painted at was a cool tunnel spot, and it was like I think it was like a water treatment plant that was close to it or something like that, or it was some kind of like rushing water was there, and it's like it just sounds peaceful. It's like it's not a waterfall, but you feel like you're there. Yeah.
It's an urban waterfall.
Yeah, exactly. It's an urban waterfall.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, do you talk to your parents about some of the pieces that are like around the city, and what do they say?
They love it. They love it now. And actually, my mom has always been super supportive. My dad, not so much in the beginning, but it's okay though. He would always. Well, I've only been arrested a couple times, but he definitely went to go pick me up, and it was like one of those lessons learned. Like, we'll let him stay for a little bit. Yeah. But my mom is actually the one that bought. She would buy my spray paint. She bought.
Really? So she kind of encouraged it and she supported it.
Yeah. But she bought spray paint, but she also bought me like panels of wood so that I can like paint on at home.
Yeah.
But obviously you can only paint on the wood so much. It's just like, I want to go do something else.
Absolutely. No. Yeah. You got fresh new spray cans. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's try it out on something.
Exactly.
So how early did that start? You said
that was in high school. It was probably 95.
Yeah. Really.
95. Yeah.
Man, and so you've been perfecting your art. I love it.
Since 95, you said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, that's when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
So let's see. We touched on the so how about these artists that are like spray painting, like kind of like what almost looks like you have to kind of like jump over buildings to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that through rooftop access, or do they actually jump across buildings?
They actually fly.
Look.
No,
they use the spray cans to jetpack over there.
These guys. It's part of the it's part of the process. Honestly, it's that you have to be creative on how to get a certain spot that you want. You've got overpasses. Like there's people that do those like the metal I-beams under the freeways.
Yeah.
Like, you have to scale that. Like,
I know. Like, as I'm driving through the Mixmaster, I'm like looking at the train station, all tagged up, and I'm like, how the fuck did you get up there?
Yeah. You have to scale it. You have to see that adrenaline. You just got to not be scared.
Graffiti artists almost have to be like free runners also.
Yeah.
To get away from the cops as well. So have you had your run into the cops, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so how many like times out of those were you able to escape? more often than not, or
No.
did you get caught? Like,
No, I've gotten caught twice, and I say only got away like maybe 3 or 4 times. Maybe it's only a handful of times that I've had that confrontation or that encounter. You know.
Okay, gotcha.
So usually they're persistent.
Really?
You know, they are, because obviously they don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Because it looks like you're just obviously depending on where you're at, like, you know, on these particular times it's just like I'm painting the side of a building. This is when I was younger, and I was just on the edge of, like, I guess adulthood or whatever. You know, I was at the age where I could go to jail.
Yeah.
And it just looks like you're breaking into a place, or it looks like you're up to no place.
Well, that's what it is. It's trespassing, and then
Yeah.
it's also vandalizing.
Yeah.
Kids out there, watch out! All right.
Yeah.
Know the law.
Yeah, but I mean, it's actually probably, I don't know, maybe it's scarier now, maybe it's not, because you hear about so many kids that are, like, you know, getting shot for having a cell phone in their hand, or you know, like stuff like that. Yeah, wearing a hoodie, like, it's just like insane. You mind if I get a little bit more?
Absolutely.
So, like, and that's stuff that I'm sure happened back in the day as well, but it's like, obviously you know about it now more because of social media, but that could have been me. You know, and the only thing I'm thinking in my head, because obviously I didn't know, you know, back then I wasn't knowing, I didn't know what was going on as far as, like, you know, wearing a hoodie or like what the cops would do. We could have easily been shot. You know, they could have easily been like, oh, these guys are robbing us, or they have something in their hand, but it's only a spray can. Like, if they feel that their life is threatened, they can kill someone. You know.
Do you think, man? So, but. Did you ever have stories like that of, like, graffiti artists getting shot by cops?
Not here in Dallas, but there has been one. It wasn't a police officer, but it was a store owner. It was in I'm saying San Francisco.
Really?
And it was I want to say the artist was named Dream, and he's like one of those classic. This is before my time. These are like people that I looked up to, and I want to say that the story, I don't want to butcher the story, but apparently, like, the store owner thought he was breaking in or something, but he had a spray can in his hand, he was running away, and he shot him, you know, and killed him. And all he was doing was painting, you know.
How the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So he literally died for art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He literally died for art. Tell us about this piece. What's happening here? And where is it at? Who inspired?
Mm-hmm. So this one is in Deep Ellum. It's right there by the, not sure if you're too familiar. We talked about this Tristan Eaton mural that's there. It's that same building. I don't know the crosswords, but it's close to like Twisted Root, to Cane Rosso. But it's a little alley. It's right behind the bomb factory, actually.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that's the alley of the bomb factory.
Yeah.
So that's me and 2 other artists. The other artist is Hatziel and then Joe Skills. Awesome. And so mine is the one on the far right with the guy with the deformed, or the I forget what it's called. It's like
warped.
Yeah, it's like a warped look to, like, he's playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And I forget the guy's name, but it's like a blues musician from Dallas. I wonder if it's even on the tag. It's not on the tag. I might have to put it back in the show notes or something.
He's a blues musician from Dallas.
Like Dallas-based blues musician.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then, damn, that's amazing.
Yeah. And it was funny, like, so that spot, like, even when I got to because that was a commissioned wall there, and as I sent my proposal in, they told me, "Can you take the letters out?" And I was really bummed about that, you know, because my style is about, like, letters, and I also do characters and do other stuff. But, you know, I had to talk to the person in charge. I was like, "Listen, no one's gonna create more graffiti," which is what they were worried about. Like, they think if you put graffiti somewhere, like, they'll put, like, other kids are gonna want to do graffiti there. But it's not the case, because we talked about earlier, like, you see that respect, you know?
Yeah.
So, and to this day, there's still no graffiti on it. Even though I put letters, I put my name on it. So it just kind of goes to show that it's like, it's evolving, and it's like there is a level of respect in graffiti itself.
How dare you!